MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. It's Game 1 of the National League Championship Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series is next. Roger Connor will do the pitching in front of the hometown crowd here in Game 1. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. Career ERA just under 4. But one thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win every single time.
Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2027 Los Angeles Dodgers.
With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
I'm definitely excited to watch Josh Bell in this one. The guy is in the middle of the lineup, and when he's in the middle, things just happen. Guys in front of him get on, he drives them in, and if not, he has the ability to get things started and set the guys up behind him. He's a force.
Roger Connor gets the ball for Game 1 of the League Championship Series here at home. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, this guy pitched really well in his last one to pick up a W in his last start when he got into the 7th inning. Let's see if he can make that 2 good, strong outings of 7+ innings back-to-back.
Batting third, the shortstop, Lionel Barnhart.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is pulled into right. Silva will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Dodgers down in order. They trail this one 1-0. Digging in, Lionel Barnhart. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
The windup and the 0-1. Now a ball lined hard toward deep right field. Running hard, he's digging for second. And now this will get over the wall down the line out there for a ground rule double.
When you play in this park where the fences are shorter, this is going to happen more often than any other ballparks.
Digging in, Manny Casilla. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. A line shot to third base. Throw back to second, and that's a double play. Digging in once again, Lionel Barnhart.
Shortstop, Lionel Barnhart.
First pitch of the at-bat. He pulls this one into right. Silva is there, and they go down in a hurry here as his side is quickly retired. So coming to the plate, Corey Vargas, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. The 1-2. Hard towards center. A dive, but it'll get past him out in center, and this could roll till tomorrow. Nunez is on his way home.
He's coming. Relay forward, relay forward.
And he's in safely to third as a run comes across to score on the play, tying the ball game. So digging in now, Lionel Barnhart. They're quickly down to their final 4 outs here tonight. Smoke toward the hole, and that is through into right field for a single.
Hey guys, that's an excellent job right there. That's a back foot slider. Usually those are kryptonite for most batters, and he's able to fight it off, keep his hands inside the baseball, and deliver a base hit.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Manny Casilla. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
And there he goes toward second. Ripped down the first base line. And he'll step on the bag himself. Back in the entertainment capital. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason. And that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and lift your team to victory. He was certainly a big factor here, and it was pretty cool to see.
A tight one, 7-6, the final score tonight. The Los Angeles Dodgers jump out to a 1-0 series lead. Alex Cora earns the victory on the mound. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB Network. Good night, everybody. We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's the second game of the National League Championship Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Game 2 of this year's NLCS starts right now. Fernando Abreu will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Man, this guy was really rock solid in his last one. 8 solid innings in his last start to pick up the win. We'll see if he can keep it going and make it 2 really good starts in a row.
Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2027 Los Angeles Dodgers.
With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
You know, I'm really impressed with what Wilson Contreras is doing. The guy is in the middle of the lineup, and when he's in the middle, things just happen. Guys in front of him get on, he drives them in. And if not, he has the ability to get things started and set the guy.
Batting third, the shortstop, Lionel Barnhart.
Here's the first pitch to him. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Looking up is Smith. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. Two-run shot to straightaway center. His first homer so far in the series. And the Dodgers move in front now 2-0.
When that pitch was grooved right down Main Street, he couldn't believe it. He started salivating when he saw it, but stayed back enough to put a great swing on it.
The catcher, number 4.
The 1-2. Hard on the ground towards short. Barnhart is up with it. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second. So in now for Chicago, Hiroyuki Ito. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Ito.
The 2-2. Are up the middle. Reined in to second for 1. Back to first, but he heard the footsteps that time, and the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Well, he definitely rushed himself on that return throw to first there, and he threw it away. They got the force at second, and the runner didn't advance, so it'll just be scored a fielder's choice.
There he goes.
1-1-1.
Hit hard up the middle. Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first. And they won't get him as he's able to advance from first to third on what would certainly be scored a throwing error. Ready to take his hacks again, Lionel Barnhart, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up. Here comes the first pitch. He pulls this one into right. Oh, and he misses it.
Hold up.
And a good throw is going to hold that runner at third, so they're loaded now with only 1 away.
Well, you can see what happens here. He's so focused on lining up to make his throw that he forgets one small detail. You got to catch it first, so he gets tagged with an error, as well he should.
Here now the 2-2. Ripped on the ground to first. Bell picks it up. 1 there. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. The next Cub up, Hiroyuki Ito. Here now the 2-2. To the left side, Barnhart comes up with it. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. Down in order. Ready for another chance, Lionel Barnhart. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Not fooled there as this ball's hammered out to deep right field.
Find the ball. Find the ball.
But this is out of reach and off the wall. And the runner will score from second. And not in time as the second run scores.
Yeah, when that left his bat, I thought it was out of here for a 3-run shot, but to his credit, he didn't hesitate or break into that home run trot. He busted it out of the box and was thinking triple all the way. Well done.
Coming to the plate now, Manny Casilla, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Here it comes, 0-2. Hit out towards second. It's flagged down deep in the hole. Throw on to first, and a good job of working out of that one with just limited damage as the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Cubs 1. Now at the plate, Jeimer Candelario. He's 1 for 2 in this one.
Jeimer Candelario.
Hard on the ground is short. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game.
Definitely tried to elevate the heater right there with 2 strikes, but caught way too much of the plate.
Stepping in, Lionel Barnhart, and he's looking to add on to his 2 RBI game from earlier. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line drive to left. Nunez is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now.
Well, he hit that ball pretty well.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He's gone hitless in this one, Dan, and he's not alone.
No, he's not, Matt. This lineup has had no answer for their opponent on the mound.
On a line to shortstop, but the runner is back in time to avoid the double play. So the Dodgers trying to close this one out in front of the home crowd here at Dodger Stadium as you get a look there at our line score through the first 7+. Now at the plate, Benito Nunez. He's the one to start off the 9th inning with his guys in danger of going down 2-0 if they can't rally. Drilled on the ground is short. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason. So when you come to play like he did and make a big difference for your team, it's something that won't be forgotten.
And this evening's ends at a 7-2 finish. The Los Angeles Dodgers get the win to take a 2-0 series lead. Fernando Abreu takes home the win. So that's a wrap here tonight. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, we're all thanking you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. Have a great night. We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of baseball on MLB Network. It's Game 3 of the National League Championship Series between the LA Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs. It's Game 3 of the NLCS, and it's next. TJ McGee gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, this guy has really good stuff. And when he's commanding his off-speed pitches like he was in his last one, he threw the ball really well, picking up the win and allowing only 2 runs. If he brings that stuff back in this one, it could be back-to-back powerhouse.
The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2027 Chicago Cubs.
The chance now for the Los Angeles Dodgers starting lineup. Dero, what you got on this lineup tonight?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one. So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. Let's take a look at catcher Wilson Contreras. This guy has got one of the best arms in the game. Think Gary Sanchez, but in the National League. Nobody wants to attempt stealing bags on this guy, and brings a powerful bat to the lineup.
Striding in, Lionel Barnhart. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second home run of the series, and the Dodgers strike first, 1-0. Certainly a tape measure shot there as we take a look at it with our show track technology. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity, so it comes as no surprise that it carried as far as it did. And here's Renato Nunez.
Leading off for the Cubs, third baseman, Renato Nunez.
1-1-1.
Got on the ground is short. Barnhart gloves it. Throws in time, and that's out number one. Digging in for his second at-bat, Lionel Barnhart. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
And in that last at-bat, it makes you think this guy might have went up there looking for the breaking ball.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Stepping up to the plate, Lionel Barnhart.
Lionel Barnhart.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line toward right center. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the run on two hits. Into the box now, Hiroyuki Ito. He'll start the inning, and we're back to the top of the order, but they haven't looked too dangerous in this one yet, right, guys?
Well, none of them have been. So you're right on the money. They've done a great job of holding these guys down so far.
Another opportunity for him here, so we'll see if anything changes. And there's out number one. Leading off the inning, Danny Owen, and they'll need him to get something going here.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end.
1-1-1.
Only down by one. All they need is a leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
And there's one down now. Lionel Barnhart will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. Line toward the gap in left center. Now a dive, but he can't get there, and this is going to be trouble out there in left center.
Come on,
around second.
down.
He's on his way to third, and he is out at third, and that's a big mistake there leading off the inning.
To me, that was just... Well, it's getting more and more common in baseball now these days to use a ton of pitchers to get through a game, and it took 6 here to get the job done, but hey, they'll do whatever they can to get a W.
A tight ball game all throughout. Winds up a slim one-run victory in the end as we get you one final look at our line score. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and lift your team to victory. He was certainly a big factor here, and it was pretty cool to see.
And it's a 4-3 finish in this evening's ball game. The Dodgers take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Howard Cortez gets the W on the mound. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa and the lefty Dan Plesac and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.
For the Cubs, 3 runs.
We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's Game 4 of the National League Championship Series between the LA Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs. Game 4 of the National League Championship Series is next. Bruce Erasmus will be on the mound for Game 4. Dan, any thoughts?
This guy has a 3-pitch mix, and he needs all 3 of his pitches. If he has them all working and uses them properly, he has a chance to be very effective.
Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2027 Chicago Cubs.
Time now to check out the lineup for the visiting Dodgers. What's your take as they try to win an NL championship here on the road, Mark?
Matty, I know this team can swing the bat. But one thing I'm focused on, and I think a huge key for this team, is base running. And I'm not necessarily saying stolen bases. Just being aggressive on the base pass, putting the defense on their heels, taking the extra base. Maybe that send from...
Settling in now, Lionel Barnhart, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First pitch on its way. Line to second where it's caught there for out number 2. Striding into the box, Lionel Barnhart.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Silva is there to put it away for out number 1.
Jumped all over that first pitch.
Next up for Los Angeles, Lionel Barnhart.
Lionel Barnhart.
Here's the first pitch to him. There's a ball ripped toward the gap in left center.
Pick up the ball. Stay right here on the bag.
So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double.
Hey, this guy's having a big series in the postseason. It looks like to me that the moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game down. He looks terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Postseason monster right here, having a huge series. Any big leaguer can have their moment mid-May, but to do it when it gets cold outside means everything.
Come on,
Get on the ground to third. But the throw pulls him off the bag as he can't get a foot back in time, and the run will score. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Well, we all know that.
Stepping up now, Danny Owen. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Ball to short. And that's through into left, a base hit. The throw to the plate. And not in time as the run scores.
Boy, that's an aggressive send there, D-Row, because this outfield.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Lionel Barnhart. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. On a big swing, and he crushes this ball deep. My goodness, a long home run. So a 3-run blast to straightaway left, his 3rd home run of this series, as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
That home run is definitely worth giving the show track treatment to. And as we look at it, not only an impressive distance shot, but the 110 miles an hour exit velocity is nothing to scoff at either. That's a big boy home run.
Lionel Barnhart will stand in again as we flash you back here to inning number 6. This was his 3-run home run that's really been the key blow to this point in the ball game. Now a ball hit high in the air, deep down the line and left, hooking just a little, and it's a foul ball. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
Coming to the plate now, Hiroyuki Ito.
Now batting, the shortstop, Hiroyuki Ito.
The ground towards short. And this is going to find its way into left for a 1-out knock.
Hey, this guy's obviously seeing the ball right now. That's another hard hit single, 3 for 4 right.
Well, they've taken care of business all season long, and tonight was no exception. They've proven to be the best team in the National League. Now it's time to see if they can become the best in the entire game. Celebrate tonight, and the World Series is next. Congrats to the NL champs.
And they did some damage offensively in this one, enough to get the win, and this man led the charge. He's our top player of the game.
Well, he blasted a couple of balls over the wall in this one, really put the guys on his back and carried him to the victory.
For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our excellent crew, this is Matt Vasgersian saying so long. You've been watching the National League Championship Series.
Time of the ball game, 4 hours exactly. Tonight's paid attendance at Wrigley Field, 45,936. As always, we thank you for your support of Chicago Cubs baseball and remind you to please drive home safely.